For most of us, Excel is basically a fancy digital grid. We use it for lists, maybe some simple math. But what if I told you that underneath that grid, there's this incredibly powerful engine just waiting to be turned on? Well, today, we're going to unlock that engine. We're going to turn your spreadsheet from a simple grid into an absolute genius. So, I want you to think for a second about how you actually use Excel. Is it just a glorified calculator for adding up a column of numbers? Or could it be something more? Could it be making decisions for you? The secret, the real game changer, is learning how to make Excel think. Let's dive into how you do that. Okay, now I know that word programming can sound super intimidating, but in Excel, it's not what you think. It's actually really simple. It just means giving your spreadsheet a set of common sense rules to follow. If this is true, then do that. And this one little idea is the key to making your data come alive. All right, first up, making spreadsheets smart. We're going to start with the most fundamental logic tool in all of Excel, the if function. This is how you go from having a passive sheet of numbers to an active assistant that does the work for you. So, imagine you're a teacher, right? You've got this long list of student scores. The old way is just painful. You're going line by line by line, checking each score. But the smart way? You write one simple rule, one time, and bam, Excel instantly tells you pass or fail for the entire class. That's the power we're about to tap into. So how does this little if function actually work? Well, it's way simpler than it looks. It just asks 3 questions. First, what's the test? For example, hey Excel, is the score in this cell bigger than 69? Second, what should you do if the answer is yes? Easy, display the word pass. And third, what if the answer is no? Then just display fail. That's it. That's the whole formula. A test, a true result, and a false result. And here's where the real magic happens. Once you've written that formula for just one student, you see that little green square in the corner of the cell? That's the autofill handle. You just grab it, drag it down, and boom. That same logic is instantly applied to every single row. Hours of mind-numbing work done in literally a second. Okay, automating pass or fail is awesome, but let's scale this up. What if you're not just checking a condition, but you need to find one specific thing, like the price of a single product, in a massive spreadsheet with thousands or even tens of thousands of rows? You're not going to spend your afternoon scrolling, right? No way. There is a much, much better way. The tool for that job is VLOOKUP. The V stands for vertical. Think of it like a search and rescue mission for your data. You tell it what you're looking for, and it scans vertically down the very first column of your data to find it. As soon as it finds a match, it zips across that same row to grab the piece of info you actually need from another column. Just like the if function, VLOOKUP works by asking you a few simple questions. Number 1, what are you looking for? Number 2, where's the big table of data I should search in? 3, once I find it, which column's information do you want me to bring back? And 4, and this is a really important one, do you need an exact match? You're almost always going to say false here, because that tells Excel, hey, don't guess. If you can't find the exact thing I'm looking for, just tell me. Now, as you start using these more powerful functions, you're inevitably going to run into some ugly error codes. They look like total gibberish, right? But they're not random. They're actually Excel's way of giving you clues about what went wrong. Ah, yes. This old friend, the dreaded #NA. It just makes your beautiful, clean spreadsheet suddenly look messy and broken. You see this and your heart just sinks a little bit, doesn't it? But trust me, it's not a dead end, it's a clue. So let's decode this stuff really fast. That #NA error, it just means not available. Your VLOOKUP searched for something and came up empty. Simple as that. #div/0, that means you asked it to divide by 0, which, is impossible. And #value usually means you tried to do math with a word instead of a number. See, they're not angry error messages. They're just helpful little notes from Excel. But here's the real pro move. What if we could stop these ugly errors from ever even showing up? What if we could make our spreadsheets totally clean, professional, and user-friendly, no matter what happens with the data? So let me introduce you to the hero of this story, the error function. Think of it like a safety net for your other formulas. You literally wrap it around your VLOOKUP and you tell it, hey, I want you to try running this VLOOKUP. But if you get any kind of error, don't show me that ugly code. Show this nice, clean message instead. Okay, so here's the before. This is the messy reality.
We're looking up some products in our inventory, and a few of them aren't there. The result is this column just littered with those awful #NA errors. It looks messy, it looks unprofessional, frankly, it looks broken.
Now, the fix for this is so elegant and simple. You take your original VLOOKUP formula and you just wrap it inside of IR. Right after your VLOOKUP part, you add a comma, and then, in quotation marks, you type whatever you want to see instead of an error. In this case, the simple, helpful phrase, "not in inventory." And look at that. What a transformation. All of those ugly error codes are completely gone. They've been replaced by a clear, helpful message that anyone can understand. Now the report is clean, it's professional, and it actually tells the whole story. So, there you have it. In just a few minutes, you've added 3 incredibly powerful tools to your Excel toolkit. You've got IF to automate decisions for you. You've got VLOOKUP to find absolutely anything, anywhere in your data. And you've got IF Error, the secret to making everything you build look totally error-free and professional. With just these few building blocks, your spreadsheet is no longer just a static, boring grid of boxes. It's now an interactive tool. It's a platform that's waiting for your instructions. So the only real question left is, what are you going to program it to do next?